All right. Hello again, adventures, and welcome to another exciting daily vlog. This is Daily Vlog 2025, number 41. And today, we talk about marketing again. I need a drink. So, why are we talking about marketing? Well, there was some drama involving a company I had never heard of, but is apparently the most popular soft drink on Amazon. If you don't know what that is, it is Poppy! I've never heard of this stuff, but they market themselves as, I'm gonna read off of the Wikipedia, or let's see if I can actually find their marketing. Okay, so this is directly from Lux and Lemons. I don't know what that is, but it looks like this is their marketing copy. So, Poppy Soda. We love a comforting drink reimagined, and that's exactly what Poppy is. Get all the soda feels with less sugar, fewer calories, and prebiotics for your gut. Prebiotics are a special type of fiber that can act as food for healthy bacteria in your gut. Each can of Poppy includes agave inulin, a prebiotic and natural sweetener extracted from the agave tequilana plant. It's time to love soda again. And these flavors are the most fun. So what is it? It's poopy soda. No, it's not exactly. But the claim is this is a soda that has a natural form of fiber that the bacteria in your gut can eat to be better bacteria. You know, if anyone has no idea what in the heck they're talking about, you actually do have bacteria, not just in your stomach, but throughout your entire digestive system, that is used to do a lot of different things. It breaks down, it helps break down your food. It helps you absorb nutrients and stuff. Like the bacteria in your gut is a good thing, to the point where they actually sell products called probiotics that actually has live bacteria in it that you ingest to just kind of keep that gut biome going well. So this is not probiotic, it's prebiotic. And as far as I can tell, I don't understand the science behind it, but it's basically just giving food for that bacteria. Bacteria needs stuff to, it needs to be able to consume things in order to be able to keep going. And bacteria in general tends to work well when they have sugars and stuff like that to eat. When I was in high school, we actually grew bacteria cultures. I can't even remember what bacteria cultures we grew. But we got to learn about, how bacteria works and all that stuff. So none of this stuff is new to me. And due to all of the digestive issues that I have had, I actually take a probiotic every single day because my doctor prescribed me it. When I first started getting like food poisoning every other week, my doc said, well, hey, why don't you do this? Get on this probiotic because you had food poisoning and then you just keep like emptying everything in your stomach every day or so. Your gut health is probably really, really bad. This won't hurt. It'll probably help. And so since then, that was 3 or 4 years ago, I take a probiotic every single day. I don't know how much good it's doing now, years later, but my doctor told me to, and it doesn't hurt me, so whatever. So, the drama, and the thing that gets us into marketing here, recently, Poppy went and sent vending machines to I don't know if it was just one big influencer or a couple different influencers as part of their marketing for the Super Bowl and stuff like that. He was basically, here's a vending machine so you can drink all the pop you want during the big game, is how I understand it. And people are getting are kind of losing their minds about it, specifically because a lot of people that are making the videos about it are basically saying, you know what, I'm tired of seeing rich people get free shit. Like, why can't poor people get free shit? Like, if Poppy really wanted to get my business, instead of giving one of these vending machines to a rich person that doesn't need it, they should have given it to someone who does need it. And that's the problem here, because that's not how marketing works. People have brought up a lot of different things. Things like these vending machines are free soda. Like, they're full of soda. You don't have to put any money in, so it's just free stuff. So people are going like, well, why don't you put it somewhere where people need it? Nobody needs soda. No, there's nobody in the world that needs soda. Water, yes. Food, yes. Soda with a little bit of agave inulin. No one in the world actually needs that. That argument is dumb. For lack of a better term, like, it's just a complete, well, give it to people who need it. Nobody needs it. Nobody needs it at all. It's just sugar. It's got less sugar than normal soda. It's still just bubbly sugar water. That's what soda is, and it's bad for you. Even this one that's good for you probably isn't. I will almost guarantee it's not good for you. Much better, drink water. Like, if you want to give out vending machines full of water, go for it. Water's good for you. Soda, not at all. So that is just people going, well, I want to be mad about something, so I'm going to say that other people should get it instead of rich people, because rich people are the evilest people in the whole world. It's not how it works. Okay. Other ideas is like, well, why don't you, put it in like a high school, or put it in a place where there's a food desert, so that people that actually need it, again, nobody needs it, but effectively the argument is, why can't poor people get free stuff? Well, because it's not free. And this is something that people have never quite seemed to understand about marketing in general. Anytime you give out something for free, it's not free. It's never free. It will never be free. First of all, depending on how expensive the item is, you still have to pay taxes on it. Yeah, here's something that a lot of people don't realize. If you get free shit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you like it. It doesn't matter if you think it was dumb or anything like that. Anytime you get free shit, that is considered by the government to be a payment in goods and services. And the IRS will put down the retail value of that as income, specifically as unearned income, which is taxed at a significantly higher rate than anything else. So these things are not free. They're not free in any way, shape, or form. It costs money for the company to send them. It costs money for them to ship them. And if the people that were getting these free items are keeping it, it costs them money to keep it. It's not free. So if they sent it to a bunch of poor people, the poor people would be in trouble. It's the same thing as another fun fact. People that go on like game shows that win like a new car. A lot of them don't ever get the car, because in order for them to accept the gift of the new car, they have to pay taxes on the value of the car before they're allowed to accept the new car. And if they don't have $8,000 to pay the taxes on their new $100,000 car, well, then the company gets to keep the car, and then they either get a cash equivalent of the car minus the amount of taxes they would need to pay on it, or they just don't get it. So, yeah, the idea of, well, just give it to poor people. No, you would fuck poor people over massively, because then they would be in a massive amount of tax debt that they wouldn't be expecting. And as much as these things may cost $25,000, and that's how much the IRS will charge you for them, these poor people are not going to be able to sell it for $25,000 or anything remotely near that. And they're just going to go into tax debt. So that idea, monumentally stupid. Absolutely stupid. Don't do that. There's another one. It's like, well, why don't you just put them in random places and put them at a mall or something like that? Malls basically don't exist, but let's pretend they do. And then, have like a golden ticket type thing. Like somebody goes over there and they might get to try the newest flavor. Also not a good idea for a number of reasons. That particular TikToker is like, yeah, because a lot more people would be making stories about it. Yeah, a lot more people with significantly smaller reach. And here's the other thing. If you just drop something anywhere, anyone can make any content about it whatsoever. However, when you have an agreement with someone where you give them something for free, and in order for them to accept it, they have to abide by certain rules, you get to control what the videos are, and you ensure that the videos are going to the exact people that you want them to. One of the more kind of fascinating aspects, in my opinion, about marketing is not just about creating a good ad. It's getting that particular ad in front of the exact right people that ad is going to speak to. You cannot make a generic ad that will appeal to everybody in the world. Your ads have to be targeted at particular markets. We go back 20, 30 years, the way that you were able to target particular markets is you would buy television ads or maybe magazine ads, newspaper ads, and the way that you figured out where you were going to spend your ad money is you would look at the audiences of TV shows and of TV networks. So, if you wanted to target athletes and things like that, and people that are interested in sports and stuff like that, well, then you would go to like ESPN, or you would buy commercial time during Monday Night Football or something like that. If you wanted to target families with children, you might advertise on Disney Channel or during, a kids television show or something like that. That's how advertising used to work. Was you would pick your advertising based on the audience that thing already had. As technology advanced and we can now kind of smart target people by tracking what they do online and tracking their clicks and stuff like that, significantly more marketing is hyper targeted at particular patterns, where you go to, like, a company goes to something like Google and says, hey, we want to put this particular ad in front of 18 to 27-year-olds in the Midwest that are into hunting. And Google can go, okay, and put those exactly in front of the people. And the reason that's so important is when you can hyper target your ads, they're significantly more effective, like tens, if not hundreds of times more effective when you are creating an ad designed specifically for a particular type of person and then getting that in front of them. So with influencer marketing, it basically kind of reverts back to how television marketing used to work before, where what they do is they find an influencer that has a large audience, and that audience is the kind of people that they want to influence. So they look at the kind of people that those influencers are interacting with, and they look at the people that are watching that kind of content, because everybody tracks everything, and TikTok tracks literally everything you do, so they can get a really, really good idea of who is watching what content, and they can put particular ads that are hyper targeted towards that particular content. The other thing that's really useful about influencer marketing in general is, compared to something like television marketing, there isn't a personal connection. There isn't a whole lot of trust between the people watching, Downtown Abbey, and the people making Downtown Abbey. Yeah, they're big fans. They like those people, but they don't trust those people implicitly They just kind of enjoy their stuff. The thing with influencers in general is the entire influencer market is built around the idea of trust and relatability, something that hasn't really been a thing in Hollywood for decades. Hollywood has built itself the idea of superstars and celebrity, and these are people that I aspire to be like, but they're nothing like me. And that's good. I don't want to be like me. I want to be like them. Influencers are just regular people that, that might be someone that you see at the grocery store or something like that. And because of that, they create very close relationships, sometimes far too close relationships, on both sides, with their audience. And because of that, they're significantly more trusting. So when you put ads in front of these people, they're significantly more likely to buy them. I can tell you right now, the computer I had before the one I have right now, I got through iBuyPower. You want to know why I got it through iBuyPower? Because iBuyPower used to sponsor Critical Role. And I trust the Critical Role dudes, and I trusted everybody at Geek and Sundry, and I got kind of fucked over by iBuyPower. I will never buy from them again. But it's extremely effective in doing that as long as you get the right ad in front of the right people. There has been this idea since influencers have started getting bigger that influencers in and of themselves have this massive effect on sales, and they really don't. And what I mean by that, didn't you just contradict yourself? No. They did a study, I want to say now it's been 7 or 8 years. They did a study where they did this survey, and they asked people what was the most important thing that influenced you to purchase. I think that in that one in particular is video games. And it wasn't even close. Something like 70 or 80% of people purchase something, or maybe it might have been even closer to 90%, purchase things because they saw a marketing ad, or were direct purchases because of marketing ads. Not because, their favorite influencer played it on stream, not because of, they saw this. No, it was entirely, it was entirely based on the traditional marketing that they do. And it wasn't close. Like the idea that, video game YouTubers were somehow selling hundreds of thousands, if not millions of copies of video games is completely nonsense. They simply don't have the ability to do that because they're not intending to sell anything. They don't understand how, nothing in like a Let's Play channel is using any techniques that increase sales. They're not really advertising the game in the idea of going, hey, this is really fun and you should be having fun too. Those are standard things in any form of marketing or sales, is making it relatable and convincing people that this is something that they want. They're just having fun. They're also not making any attempt, or in the very few times that they do this, they tend to do it in bad places. The term is call to action, which is basically getting them to go from I want this to I'm buying this. Call to action is an essential part of sales and marketing in general. I've seen a lot of salesmen that their biggest problem is they couldn't close the sale. They would form great relationships with their customers. They would convince them that they definitely need this item, but they wouldn't go to that final step of the call to action. They wouldn't ask them, hey, do you want to buy this right now? Hey, why don't I go ahead and get everything set up at the register for you? It's that final little bit that's so important, and YouTubers and stuff like that just don't do it. Or the few times that they do it, they do it in bad places and use poor language to do it for. So video game YouTubers are not selling video games. Aside from unless your name is PewDiePie and the game is like Goat Simulator, that is the only time where you're going to be able to claim that a YouTuber made a big enough sale that it changed the company's profit margins in any way, shape, or form. A tiny little indie studio and the biggest YouTuber on the planet at that time. So, going back to this whole Poppy thing, just putting them down in a random place would not give them the return on the investment that they need. It wouldn't sell more soda. They would be giving out free soda, but any videos that people made doing it would not have the correct phrases and things like that that would inspire people to get it. The people, they would have no control over the people that are making the videos. So it's very likely that the videos would be going to people that would never buy their stuff anyways. So it would just be a complete waste of time. Then there's also the fact that by giving it to a single person, if something goes wrong with it, the product gets damaged, they know exactly who to blame. I have heard rumors that these vending machines are not permanent gifts. They give it to them for a little bit of time so they can make the videos and everything. Then they take them back, which is a smart move because vending machines in general are remarkably expensive. And the ones that they're giving out are very fancy, nice vending machines. They're not like, the ones you see at Walmart when you come in that have like the Walmart brand soda for like $1 a piece. Yeah, no, this has like a full glass front and LED lighting, and it's very, very nice. These are not cheap machines. So randomly dropping it in like an underprivileged school, that machine will be destroyed in a week. Just putting it in a random Walmart for people to be able to use, the product will be gone in a couple of days, and the machine itself will be vandalized and destroyed. It's how it works. I know that's how it works because it's the field that I used to work in. I worked in retail. I know how people treat vending machines in retail. Trust me on this one, guys. It's a monumentally stupid idea. So everybody that's freaking out and going, well, if you did it this way, I'm never buying Poppy again. You're not their target market. You really aren't. The people that are their target market aren't buying it through TikTok. They're buying it through Amazon. And they like to watch these TikTokers and YouTubers and other stuff like that. So, yeah, like I said, it's one of my biggest pet peeves about like marketing in general is people just completely misunderstanding something like a free gift. Why that happens. First of all, they're not free. Second of all, they're not really gifts. 9 times out of 10, when stuff like that is sent, it's sent with the implicit understanding that they are going to make a video about it that says certain things. There may not be a written contract or anything like that because there are companies that do just kind of give out blind boxes to people without doing anything. But when that happens, they know that particular creator well enough, as in they know that particular creator's content well enough that if that creator makes a video, they know what's going to be in the video. That's how marketing works. I've said this many times before. The absolute largest piece of your budget for the vast majority of companies is your marketing budget, and it's not even close. Marketing budget, like a single ad campaign can cost anywhere from the low end, like a print run ad campaign might cost you anywhere between $200,000 to maybe $1 million. If you're doing a full like commercial run, if you're getting like, I'll look it up here because I can't remember how much it was this year. Super Bowl commercial. So, Super Bowl commercials this year were about $8 million for a 30-second spot during the Super Bowl. And this is another thing that a lot of people don't quite understand. When a company makes a commercial, they generally don't buy a single spot. what they'll do is they'll go, hey, we want our commercials to run during this program for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months, whatever. And something like that can cost, again, depending on the cost of the creating the commercial itself, easily can top $1 million for the entire ad campaign. This is not including how much it costs to create the ad. Just to show it for 30 seconds once, $8 million. And the Super Bowl has never, ever had a problem filling its entire commercial, every single commercial slot it's got. It's never had a problem. You want to know why? Because it's worth it. Marketing is extremely expensive when you get to the kind of macro level. When you're talking about multi-million-dollar companies, if you're spending less than like $500,000 on a marketing campaign, it's probably not going to do a whole lot for you. So the idea that $25,000 is, no, it's not. Especially with the amount of money that they will make off that, there really is no comparison. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I spent 4.5 years, 5 years, something like that. Can't remember how long it took me to get my degree. It's more than 4 years though. Learning all this stuff, and it surprised me too when I first started learning just how expensive marketing is, and how technical it is, and how much work goes into something as simple as like a movie poster. Like it's nonsense how much work has to go into the things like that. But it's a big deal. And all these people that are freaking out about, well, Poppy's giving rich people free stuff. No, they're not. They're not. That's not how it works. They have either an unwritten agreement or an actual contract that says, hey, if we give you this thing, you're going to make videos that makes us look good and sells us shit tons of stuff. And the reason that they do that, because apparently years ago, Poppy used to like just give random like smaller, influencers. They give them just random gifts and stuff like that. And they don't do that anymore. They mostly work with big influencers. You want to know why they don't do that anymore? Because it's not worth it. Giving random influencers that don't either you don't know what their audience is, you don't know how large their audience is, just giving them random free shit doesn't actually help your business in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, word of mouth and advertising is very, very useful. It's just not very controllable. And having a good reputation in a certain market is great. And one of the ways you can create a good reputation is by giving away free shit. However, there are diminishing returns on that. You can keep giving out free shit and it's not going to improve your free shit to small influencers and stuff like that, and it's not going to improve your reputation that much. But give a vending machine to a massively big TikToker and you will see shit tons of money come in. So yeah, interested to hear. First of all, had any of you guys heard of Poppy before this video? I didn't. I watched a video. There's a British YouTuber I watched named Marky, who talks about TikTok drama all the time, and he made a video about this vending machine thing, and it instantly reminded me of all the people on like 2017, 2016, somewhere around that time, that were going, God, video game companies should be paying us for playing their games because we make them all these sales. No, you don't. You make them literally nothing. The thing that makes them money are the ads that they make for the video games. People playing their video games on stream don't make them any money. They really don't. They've studied it. They've put out the studies before. It doesn't affect people in the way that you think it does. It makes you money, but it doesn't make the companies money, with a few very, very rare exceptions. So, anyway, like I said, have you guys ever heard of Poppy? Do you give a shit about any of this stuff, or does it just sound like more whiny people mad that they didn't get free shit? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, again, it's all for me today. I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.